Right then. I've got duties to attend to. Now, we could assist you with said duties? You're here to help after all. Three of us have been busy, so understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. Be grateful, and if any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. Who do you see? Do you see Blue Alizé? Alphino certainly starts to improve in this point of the story. Everyone calls Alizé Red Alphino, so I just like to fire back. I beg your pardon? The man who bested Gaius von Belsar wishes to offer me his assistance? Say, this is highly irregular. I've heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case... Before the occupation, I was a humble historian. All my duties leave me scarce time for aught else. I think it important that these monumentas... momentous efforts be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had in mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log. Archon, thank you for your service, now and ever after. Oh man, someone likes Alphino? I constantly need to remind myself that Alphino is 15, and all of my gripes about him make sense when you remember that he's a 15-year-old. He's a teenage boy. But oh my god, the ego on that man. He's a 15-year-old who's trying to solve complex geopolitical issues by himself. I understand he's doing his best, but the problem is that he's trying in the first place. Why did I join the resistance? Well, if you must know, is to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo. I'm going to stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. Spoke out before I could stop him. Only to get a foamless steel in the gut for his troubles. Found my way here, and that was that. Wow! Well, that just went straight to darkness. Darkness, my old friend. I think there are multiple occasions in the course of ARR and Heaven's Word where Alphino makes some really, really catastrophic errors that play out exactly as one would expect. and exactly as anyone with any level of experience could have predicted. Just a cook before all this. Civil fire, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. Took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know? There's always a need for cooks. At least people can work with whatever the foraging parties turned out. You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Tebe for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you had, as long as you had something. Be there when you get back. I guess I just personally get a lot more annoyed that with some of his arrogance than other people. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs or whatever it's on hand. Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother. Be surprised if we can find grown underfoot, even in the Reach. Hey, Bombay. How you doing? I'm doing okay. Cough is mostly gone. Though I should restock on my raw honey today. Sound a heck of a lot better than last Saturday. Good lord. Beep, I went back and watched the VOD from that one stream later to see what everyone was going on about, and I get it. I get it now. Honestly, it was like very little lemon. Yeah, so like starting that night into the next day, I had a container of raw honey, and I was just constantly drinking honey water. So I just took the raw honey and mixed it like 10-to-1 with water, and I was just drinking that. Gotta do raw honey. Can't use that silly bear. Doesn't work very well. Look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. A trainer. I was told to expect some new recruits this eve. Only one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. What's not physics? What did I miss? Oh, the Ananta? I know, I'm late. I had I had to say a prayer for my sister first. Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Yeah, advanced warning to anyone who doesn't know. Stormblood deals with some of the darker sides of war and does not hold punches. Just be aware, this will go dark. It will deal with some touchy subjects that some people may not want to think about. Not you the Archon Slayer. Damn it if I know what it'd be asking anyone why I joined the Resistance. But it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with him or not. And if you're with him, you always make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'd die stealing someone else's land like it's not. That's a choice. But me? I'd rather die here. Okay, that is our greenery. We got one more person to question and 4 more recruits to find. I think this is our last person to question. Why indeed? Save lives, perhaps. Or to make it one so the ones I couldn't. Father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. Didn't matter the Garleans, eh? No more where that lot came from. After that, couldn't keep on doing nothing. Reasonable. Boom. Okay. That is a very big bow. Ah, Toph came pre-named. And I think we were lied to about what the name was for a long time and were confused why the cat didn't particularly want to talk to us. Or answer to it. Someone told it was Trough, and we're like, that's a name? Why? And eventually it got corrected. Eh? Training? God, I was so busy practicing to press together that I completely forgot. Thank you. Yeah, Trough is apparently like old school skater slang or something. Hey, Cody. Welcome in. Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I with the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or republic that I neglected to attend my training. Silly, I know. Till we join the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. I am a Miqo'te monk, yes. I generally play all my games as cats. I might be re-rolling as a female Hrothgar when Drawn Trail comes out, though. Teacher calls for me. I see. Discussing strategies for disabling magic tech armor, you see, and... yes, of course. There's no time, if you would excuse me. Also, the female Hrothgar look better than the male Hrothgar, honestly. Get rid of that frickin' hunch. There you are. Got those herbs I asked for? Yes. Thanks. That'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, sir. Thought you were another recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, an answer to the question that's probably on your mind. Yes. It's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost, too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. A man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must. We never lose sight of the dream. Ah, that reminds me. I have 2 things I need to do. Really? Where's the last one of these buggers? I mean, that's a turn-in. Oh, my Archon. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters as I asked? Yep. It's fascinating as they are buried. You have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. Could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memories, your accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. You must not forget, my friend. Never. Hey, where are you? You back, like, here? Yep. Oh, bugger. You were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That could be true, right? Bugger, oh bugger. You'll be fine. 3 people died this morning. So you know, logically. Where are you, stinking snake? All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. I'll appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials will be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Okay, next. Damn it all, where could it have got to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a War to the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground? As if some certain bloody fool had dropped it? Aye. That'd been him. I had it this morning. That much I know for certain, and I've not left the reach since, so I gotta be around here somewhere. Got a moment to spare. Would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around the officers' pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know. I could just as easily buy another, but even so. Please help me find it. Sure. Let's do some more running around Ralger's Reach. I wonder if it's all the way back here. I think it's right here. No, I thought that was the gate. Nope. There we go. You just didn't want to go down the tunnel, did you? Just sort of searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. Seven Hills. That's the one. That's my lucky word. You're a godsend, brother. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. That Theodore came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. After him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. They still keep the old ways, as do many others. When my son is born, I'll teach him the stories, and the scripture, as my mother taught me. Okay, Alfino, what's up? And with that, another task is complete. Oh, Orko, I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that he has. We thank him for it. Pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Benago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castellum Villadina to General Eldin personally. Of course, sir. You and yours planning to return to Castromorians before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? Seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult with my comrades ere we depart. Very well. I will await you at the pass, but not too long. Expect Krile and Yshtal will wish to remain here to support the Kurogans, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. Yes, you should probably ask people their opinions, Alfino, rather than just assuming you know what they're going to do. Arrogance. Apparently that water was a little deep. Is all to miss. Let's see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. Joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support, as was the case with Ishgard. However, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war. Every Scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For L'Amigo. For my father. For Ida. A minute to the end. Choice was made for us before we were born, brother. When the Empire marched on Eorzea. Stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Von Belser and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Your fervor is surprising. I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. Not this a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed information, then yes, I'm still wholly committed to this cause. For as ultimately the same cause I have served since I first pledged to serve Master Louis Soir in the Circle of Knowing. The salvation of Eorzea, by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who would require further treatment, doubtless more to come after. I came here from Infilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Okon, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmont, the man who slew Gaius von Belsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. I know. Many look to you as a hero, and heap great expectations upon your shoulders. But you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. While fight, the Empire poses too great a threat. We can but carry on for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. As long as there's a battle to be fought, I'll be there. I'll be frank, Alfie. This isn't my fight, but I'll do what I must. Yeah, carry on. My wayward son. Hi, Skittle. Well said. Well said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola. Kryle. Do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lyse, I would ask that you remain here, by Conrad's side. To the dashboard, please. We should go. Uminaga will leave without us. That would be bad. That would directly interfere in my ability to kick things with my cat slippers. Might I persuade you to join us, Archon? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castormorians would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I'm sure I can convince Minaga to wait a little longer.